1,000 fast food workers strike at San Francisco airport. Woohoo! Okay. So this is how it started. All right. So the first story comes from Socialist Alternative. All right. Rob Rooke. Okay. And this is a two-parter. So part one is they go on strike for 3 days. Right. Punitive rents, spiraling inflation, escalating inequality led to a 99.7% vote by baristas, bartenders, and cooks working at SFO at San Francisco Airport. Picket signs as they began their all-out strike on September 26th said it all. One job should be enough, right? One job. 1,000 unionized workers striking SFO restaurants have not had a raise in 3 years. Their average wage of $17 an hour may be okay in some parts of the U.S., but San Francisco, where rents average $3,400 a month, these wages are way below poverty levels. Most workers' hourly pay doesn't even afford them a sandwich or a burger at their workplace. The Hotel Restaurant Employees Union Local 2 social media campaign with 500,000 views was highlighted, right? And here it is. Right, saying D2, workers, almost all the airports, restaurants, bars are on the picket lines after years without a raise. We're tired of working 2 or 3 jobs just to survive. Right, so here's some pictures of people on the picket lines, and they're being interviewed at the airport. According to Cornell University study, right, workers reporting an 82% increase in the number of strikes this year. That's good, over this time last year. Like I said, was this Strike-tember? I certainly would brand it that. And we're gonna see if Strike-tober 2 happens, because last year they called it Strike-tober. So workers are exhausted from the flexibility that bosses are demanding. They're tired of working extra shifts. They're doubly done with not being able to pay their bills, and then inflation came along, made everything worse. One striker said she sometimes sleeps in her car to save money, gas money between shifts. This is no way to live.
Nope.
No, agreed. While the union won workers' pensions and health benefits, something almost unheard of in hospitality jobs, unions should never have agreed to no raises in 2019 contract, which has seen wages frozen for 3 years. After 9 months of negotiations with employers, the workers just had enough. On top of this, Thursday, September 27th, Southwestern United flight attendants organized informational picketing at 21 airports, highlighting the generalized need for coordinated strike action across the airline industry, which has raked in billions of dollars in profits. Happy Rocktober, absolutely. On September 16th, right? Rocktober. On Friday, September 16th, ahead of the strike, union members occupied and shut down the road around Terminal 3 in an act of civil disobedience to show that they were serious about this fight. 41 workers were arrested, with the leader of the California Federation of Labor, Lorena Gonzalez, supporting on the sidelines. But we need the leader of the 2 million unionized workers to do more than make publicity visits. San Francisco Airport should be completely shut down by sympathy strikes of other airport workers alongside mass civil disobedience. Agreed. Such an action would amplify the need for other workers to get organized right now. People want to fight, but where is the leadership? Well, here's why. At the recent ATU International Convention, the delegates voted unanimously for a motion for cost of living allowance plus a 1% for all contracts. This was put forward by Socialist Alternative members in the ATU. This policy, if enacted broadly, would mean all workers would be getting 8 to 9% raises this year and keep ahead of the inflation cyclone that's destroying workers' living standards. That would be badass. The courageous fighting San Francisco Airport fast food and restaurant workers deserve a break. They deserve to have to only work one job and deserve a raise that will keep ahead of inflation. Seems pretty simple and basic, right?
Yep.
It's amazing that somebody even has to write that article. But here's what's good. San Francisco airport workers end strike after pay victory. Quote, the strike was so worth it to give my family a better life. So what did they get? Jake Johnson from CommonDreams lays out. Care Bears. Right. And you'll notice this picture. It's really funny. But Crab took this picture from CommonDreams and it cut off this woman at the like halfway up the sunglasses originally, and she looked like Mr. Wilson from home improvement in the original photo, so we just cut it down to the sign. So what happened? So they reached a tentative deal that includes significant pay raises and improved healthcare benefits. It still has to be ratified by union members. What? I lost a co-host, but that's okay. Has to be ratified by union members. Came after around 1,000 of them walked out, temporarily shutting the operations of many of the airport's food and drink spots, right? We know this. We know they're represented by United here. They noted they hadn't received a wage increase, whatever, in 3 years, as costs of living have surged. Right. We've heard all of this. We read this in the Socialist Alternative. So this strike was so worth it to give my family a better life. My son's in college. He had to switch from full-time to part-time just so he could work. Jeez. Someone who worked there 30 years, too. With the raises, one, I can help my son go back to school full-time. So union negotiated the huge deal. Okay, called the pay hikes huge, but said the details wouldn't be released. Huge. Wouldn't be released until after the workforce holds a ratification vote on Sunday. That's today. I have not seen an update on that yet. In August, 99.7, like we said, had voted to authorize the strike. Okay, this victory shows the world that fast food jobs can in fact be good, family-sustaining jobs, and it's all because workers had the courage to strike. After 3 years without a raise, fast food workers were tired of working 2 or even 3 jobs just to survive. So they took their lives into their own hands and won a better future.
Nice.
Well, let's find out what they got.
How did they actually win?
Well, it hasn't been announced yet. We have to look, but they're celebrating, and we'll see. Strike came amid, a broader wave of labor actions across the U.S. Companies continue to rake in record profits. So, citing data, and then we've got some high level stuff because they don't have the answer as to what the workers are going to do. But there you go. Strikes in 2022 so far have significantly outpaced activity 2021. 180 strikes involving 78,000 workers in the first 6 months, compared with 102 and 26,500 last year. Yeah. Okay. You know why? Because costs are going up and wages are not. But what happens? They want to strike. They don't want to work. Yeah. Yep. We still need a general strike. Absolutely. General strike. Calling for general strike as long as we have some kind of strike fund to support these people while we're striking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, again, this was a union that went on strike. They had structure. They had support. They had a plan in place. And they did it for only 3 days. Right? Starbucks workers organized. Yep. Starbucks workers have organized over 70 strikes so far this year in response to poor working conditions and employer retaliation. Over the past month, thousands of healthcare workers and educators have gone on strike to protest understaffing, low pay, poor conditions for patients and students. Solidarity with those workers.